But anyways, man, I was gonna say it again. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Jay Willie Silly, man. aka Mr. Take It Easy. Or you end up like Beezy. Make sure y'all follow my Twitch, man. Subscribe to my second channel. Everything you need to know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. We got why the San Francisco 49ers are on a mission. Oh my God. You know, one thing I say for sure, and these one of the ops, y'all gonna feel us this season. You know what I mean? For sure. These one of the ops, they're delusional. So let me go and just talk about your quarterback, Brock Purdy. You know what I'm saying? His name is Turdy. You feel me? These are one of the most softest ops I've ever encountered in my life. When I mean, bro, I started talking, well, I'm talking about I gave him pain, but he started unsubscribing and everything. I lost it and got it right back. I lost it and got it right back. I won't be surprised if that was y'all that subscribed back. You know what I mean? Because you can't really, come on, bro. You love me, bro. Even though, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we ops now. You know, ain't nobody making 49ers content like me. Man, sit your butt down, you pathetic op. You know what I mean? But anyways, let me go and talk about, you feel me, your trash quarterback, Brock Purdy. You will not do anything this season. You know, and we're just going to have to, like, understand this. You had an easy schedule. Okay? First and foremost, you had an easy schedule. Real easy schedule. In reality, Mac Jones looked better than Brock Purdy did this season. That's the reality. You know what I mean? Even though Brock Purdy was injured, you know what I mean, for most of the game, most of the season, he still threw 20 for 10. Brock Purdy's only good season was in 2023. 2022, 13-4. I mean, okay, he wasn't really a starter. He came in mid, you know what I mean, mid-season. He didn't have a whole season. I'm talking about his only real full season. Good season was in 2023 when they went to the Super Bowl. And look at his team that he had. He's a system QB. Everybody knows about Brock Purdy. Mac Jones was your best option. You probably would have won Mac Jones. Brock Purdy is terrible. I'm telling y'all, bro. And I'm not saying this because you are op. Threw 20 for 10. And then last year, let me go and look at the stats. One thing I don't want to do, I don't want to be wrong. You know what I mean? I be having to type a little bit slow because I be, you know, I be typing in Brock Purdy. And his name Brock Purdy, so you know I kind of be having to type in slow. But look what he did last year. 20-12. He went 20-10 this year. 20-12. You feel me? That's what happens when Brock Purdy doesn't have an excellent team. You need an excellent team for Brock Purdy. Simple as that. You need an excellent running back, an excellent tight end, an excellent O-line, an excellent wide receiver core, an excellent D-line, an excellent linebacker core, an excellent DB. You need excellence around him, just like Jalen Dirt. Jalen Dirt needs excellence around him. Without excellence, he's not going to perform. You see how it happened against the Turdy? Look how he did against Turdy. We all know the Smeagol's were supposed to beat the San Francisco 49ers. We know this. Look how Jalen Dirt performed with the freaking Whiners.
Let me actually tell you what's happening. The Niners now have a first...
And it's always somebody's fault, y'all. It's always somebody's fault. One thing I can say, y'all, it's always somebody's fault, man. Always somebody's fault when it come to Jalen Dirt. How many offensive coordinators he got fired? Always somebody's fault when it comes to Jalen Dirt.
Let me actually tell you what's happening. The Niners now have a first ballot Hall of Famer, a man who has been able to accomplish great things no matter who's playing quarterback, has won a Super Bowl, has experienced the Tampa Bay Buccaneers from the top all the way down to the bottom. Now he's heading to San...
I mean, let's keep it real. I mean, let's keep it real. He had 1,000 yards every season dang near, but you know, you got Baker Mayfield. I mean, you had Tom Brady as well, you know what I'm saying? He had 1,000-yard season. Mike Evans always been like that. I'm not gonna lie. Mike Evans always been like that. So I can't tell you nothing. But like I said, it's Brock Purdy though, Mike. No, I mean, I think you kind of should have stayed with the Bucs, Mike. You went from Baker Mayfield to Brock Purdy.
Francisco with a litany of weapons and an offense with Brock Purdy guiding it that can certainly put up ridiculous numbers.
I mean, I feel like they were one piece away, and I think that I'm that piece. The money was not the biggest factor for me. Like I said, it was just football and something that I can be excited about. I'm super excited every time I come to Levi Stadium and I see how the crowd is and I see the energy that they bring and the rich.
Yeah, Mike, a problem though.
San Francisco 49ers, it just excites me. So I feel like it's giving me a second wind in my career.
Now, for years, the San Francisco 49ers have kind of just lived the same story over and over again. They get right to the edge of greatness and then something just goes completely completely wrong. Super Bowl heartbreak, NFC Championship collapses, seasons that really just feel like they're destined for a parade in San Francisco until suddenly they're not. But that's the thing, this year might be a
you a Niners fan?
Because when the 49ers went out and brought in a future Hall of Fame wide receiver this offseason in Mike Evans, that wasn't just another roster move. That was a move to the rest of the NFL, and a pretty loud one too.
I ain't gonna lie, man, that is kind of crazy though, having Mike Evans and George Kittle. Good God almighty, dog. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, we got the same thing though, chat. I'm telling y'all, bro. I'm telling y'all, man, it's gonna be an exciting NFL season. We got the same thing, y'all. Isaiah Likely. You know what I'm saying? Malik Neighbors. You feel me? Like, we got the same thing, man. You know, it's gonna be real, and we got a better quarterback, Jackson Dart. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Am I lying? You know what I mean? As of right now, would you take Malik Neighbors or Mike Evans right now? I ain't gonna lie, right now, bro, I'm taking Malik Neighbors. We all know Malik Neighbors would have made it to the Pro Bowl. We all know Malik Neighbors would have made it to the Pro Bowl, bro, his second year if he can get injured. He was already on pace for it. You know what I'm saying? He was already on pace for it, bro. Malik Neighbors is a top 5 wide receiver, bro. We know this. You feel me? He was already on pace, bro. I want y'all to go look at his first few games. Man, Malik was going crazy already. Got injured week 3. You feel me? Would have been a Pro Bowl. We got a Jamar Chase, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. We got a Jamar Chase, bro. You feel me? Jamar Chase with Isaiah Likely, with Jackson Dart. Oh, my goodness, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be hell for y'all, bro. It's going to be real hell.
Was saying that the window in San Francisco, it's not even close to closing. In fact, you can
it's close to closing.
Shanahan and this roster clearly believe their moment is still right now, and if they're right, the rest of the league might be in big trouble. Because honestly, I think it's safe to say that the San Francisco 49ers know exactly what they're doing. All right, so I think before we even get into really the meat and bones of this video, we kind of have to start with last year's 49ers team, because honestly, when you look at everything that went wrong from them injury-wise, the fact that they still finished even 12-5 and even won a playoff game is kind of crazy to even say. I mean, seriously, this team was beaten up all year. Brock Purdy missed time, George Kittle missed time, Ricky Pearsall missed time, Fred Warner missed time. You can see where this is going. Nick Bosa even missed time. Like, I mean, every week it felt like another key player was either out or playing through some sort of injury. And yet somehow the Niners just kept winning. And I mean, even when Mac Jones at one point was their starting quarterback, they were still winning games with him as their quarterback. I mean, that's not even talking about how they were also without Brandon Ayuk for the entire season after things just went completely south between him and the front office. Like, he didn't even play a single snap. And because of that too, the passing game looked just kind of completely different than what everyone was used to seeing in San Francisco. Luckily, they still did have Christian McCaffrey, who did end up being the team's most productive pass catcher, and the leading wide receiver on the roster was Juwan Jennings with just 643 yards. Like, I mean, that just tells you everything you need to know, and for most of last season, it was pretty obvious what the 49ers were missing. They needed a true #1 receiver, a dominant, experienced wideout, and someone that defenses actually feared. And more importantly, someone who knows how to win when the moment is the biggest.
We've got some breaking news. It'll be a change of scenery for longtime Buck Mike Evans.
I mean, Mike Evans is just reliable. I'm gonna keep it real. That's a good signing. Like, I told y'all, like, one thing about, you know what I'm saying? One thing about me, bro, I'm not no hater, bro. I just like, when it comes to Brock Purdy, I just feel like people just adjusted to Brock Purdy. They just understand, like same thing for Jalen Dirt. Like, you look at Jalen Dirt numbers. Oh, he threw like, look at his numbers this year. He threw 26 TDs and like 6 interceptions. It looks good. You know what I'm saying? But it's not really like, it's a facade, man. Stats are facades, man. I'm trying to tell you, stats are facades, bro. So having Mike Evans, bro, Mike Evans is reliable. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely a reliable piece, but, having Brock Purdy, man, that kid right there, I mean, I just don't think that Brock Purdy is a Pro Bowl quarterback, a Hall of Fame quarterback at all. I feel like he's very overrated. Like, look at his past 2 seasons. He was terrible. You know what I mean? He was BJ, bro. So it's like, I feel like, honestly, I feel like Mike Evans, in my opinion, should have stayed with the Buccaneers. Honestly, in my opinion, Baker Mayfield is 10 times better than a quarterback than Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy he's not a good deep thrower. He's not really good at accuracy. He's just like Jalen Dirt. I'm telling you, bro. A short route merchant. You know what I mean? Like, he depends on CMC for everything. You know what I mean? If CMC wasn't on this team, good God almighty, dog. You know what I mean? Brock Purdy would have been backbenched. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, bro. This is how I feel, bro. And I'm not saying that because you're up. This is how I feel. You know what I mean? I feel like Brock Purdy is not a top 10 quarterback, not even a top 15 quarterback, in my opinion. Probably, he's He's just not good to me. He's just not good to me.
49ers to a 3-year deal. Evans' career low in receiving yards in games last season because he was injured, missed 9 games due to multiple injuries.
But he's a
snapped a streak of 11 straight seasons with
he's a freaking
1,000 receiving yards. That was tied with Jerry Rice for the longest streak in NFL history.
Freaking dog.
So, yeah,
Mike Evans been a dog ever since Texas A&M. I remember Mike Evans at Texas A&M. Mike Evans been a dog, bro.
Say that Niners fans had been waiting for a move like this for many years now. Like, to bring in a leader in that receiving room who would take this offense to the next level that has that size mismatch is going to give defenses sleepless nights and open up the rest of the offense. And I think it's safe to say too that over his 12 years in the league, Mike Evans has shown us that he is that guy.
When I think of Mike, man, I just think of consistency. You know, a guy that's always reliable, you know, always available for his team. You know, just one of those big play threats.
And yes, now look, I know people are probably sitting there watching this video or even just thinking when this signing was originally made that Mike Evans is 32 years old. Like, isn't that a little old for a wide receiver? But that's the thing. I don't think his age really tells the full story of just how good he is at the age of 32. Like, even thinking about it too, Evans is just as old.
I mean, you're a Niners fan, bro, so of course you're gonna try to make yourself believe. But he good though. But of course you're gonna try to hype up this video to make y'all make you believe. And you know, when I seen that hat, I'm like, oh, you're a Niners fan, so of course you're gonna try to hype up your team to make them feel better than what they are. Go, hype them up, bro. They go. Come on.
Younger than guys like Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams, and Keenan Allen. And all 3 of those receivers still had really productive seasons last year.
Why is he still a free agent?
And he's been dominating.
Why is Stephon Diggs still a free agent, bro? Like, Stephon Diggs coming off a 1,000-yard season. You know what I'm saying? I'm just asking, like, what free? I'm surprised he ain't been picked up yet. I mean, bro, coming off a 1,000 yards, he coming on one of his best seasons. You know what I'm saying? What the frick is Stephon Diggs still a free agent, bro?
Receivers still had
he went to the Ravens
seasons last year.
Hey, bro, you can't lie to me, my boy. I ain't gonna lie. I do this for real. I do this. All that little trolling stuff, I'll ban you in a minute.
Evans, on the other hand, he's been dominating corners in this league for over a decade now. I mean, like, seriously, some of the defensive backs trying to guard him today were probably still in middle school when he was first in the NFL. And that's the thing too, at this point in his career, there might not even be a receiver in football who understands the game better than Mike Evans. And yeah, that's the craziest part too, because, well, he still gets open a lot of the time. I mean, the Saints had to deal with him for years upon years, and Marshawn Lattimore at one point was just absolutely getting bitched by this team.
Heck yeah.
It wasn't even fair. I mean, you can just see that by looking at one of the most ridiculous streaks we've even seen from a wide receiver with 11 straight 1,000-yard seasons that tied Jerry Rice for the longest streak in NFL history. And let's be real too. I mean, if Evans hadn't gotten hurt last season, there's a real chance that streak would still be going. So now imagine putting a player like that inside this San Francisco offense. Because, like, even if he doesn't hit another 1,000 yards, his presence alone completely changes how defenses have to play against San Francisco. Like, Evans is about 6'5", 230 pounds, I'd say, and he's one of the best contested catch receivers of this era. And, like, when the ball goes up, there is a good chance he's coming down with it. So defenses are going to have to account for him every single snap, and if you double him, that's going to open up everyone else on this offense. And then if you leave him one-on-one, I mean, good luck trying to stop him from going and getting a jump ball. Like, no matter how you look at it, I think adding Mike Evans gives this offense a massive boost, and honestly, it might help one player more than anyone else on this roster, Brock Purdy.
A great move, man. Great aggressive move. Hey, Brock Purdy, that's friggin' Mike Evans out there, dude. And he's finally gonna give somebody else a try.
Like, honestly, this could be the move that helps Brock Purdy silence his doubters. I mean, as we all know, Purdy is now entering his 5th season with the Niners, and his rise to this point has been nothing short of remarkable. Like,
no, it hasn't, bro. Like, stop lying. You know what I'm saying? He went 13-4, and when, like I said, his best season was that Super Bowl season, bro. Look at his team that he had in that season. It's really the only good season he had, bro. It was 2023. You know what I'm saying? The other season was mid, bro. You know what I mean? I really don't count the 2022. We can't really judge the 2022, you know what I'm saying? Because he came in mid-season. You know what I mean? But he was 13-4. That's not immaculate. His only good season was 31-11, bro. You know what I mean? The other one's 20-12, 20-10. Been mid, bro. He had more mid-season than good seasons, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. You feel me? So, hey, bro, like I said, you know, I got to see what he do. Got to see what he do without any defenses. We're going to see how you do with Fred Warner, he back, but without Greenlaw, without Hufanga, without Travarius Ward, without, you know what I'm saying, without them guys that stack defense that you have. We're going to see what you do. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't going to lie, when you came back, bro, when you had them weapons, and the thing, you have George Kittle, you feel me, you had CMC, Juwan Jennings, but you ain't had Ricky Pearsall. You ain't look too good, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't look too good. He wasn't facing like a hard schedule either.
Being Mr. Irrelevant.
So I feel like who you are right there. Because the thing is, let's talk about it though, y'all. Let's talk about it. See, everybody, look, everybody always want to be one-sided. I'm going to bring up Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart, what made Jackson Dart even a better player than Brock Purdy. Jackson Dart rookie season was better than Brock Purdy. Last season, he finished 24-5 this season. You know what I'm saying? So it was better than him this season. He had better stats than him this season. And then he had better stats than him in last season. But Jackson Dart was playing the number one hardest schedule in the league. You know what I mean? With practice squad wide receivers, without his wide receiver number one, without his running back. Half his defense was hurt. Half his offense was hurt, and he still went 24-5. You know what I'm saying? Same thing for Josh Allen. Really, when has Josh Allen really had a reliable number one? Let's really talk about it, y'all. When has Josh Allen really had like a stellar offense? You know what I mean? Same thing for Patrick Mahomes. When has Patrick Mahomes really had like a stellar offense, bro? That's what I'm saying. That's what separates. Everybody always talking about, oh man, Jackson Dart needs to prove himself. How harder can it get? What you think this man gonna do when he actually got a healthy team? What you think he gonna do? He did 24-5 with practice squad members. This man beat the brakes off the Smeagol's, a healthy Smeagol's team down there with practice squad members, bro. What you think this man gonna do? This man went 24-5 with the practice squad, where the practice squad was. You think he gonna do something with Malik Neighbors and Isaiah Likely and Darnell Mooney, bro, and Calvin Austin? You think he gonna do something now? This is a man that all I'm saying is, y'all, if you're a good QB, bro, your play does not slump. And that's just facts. If you're a good QB, bro, your play does not slump. You make your team look better than what they are. Patrick Mahomes makes the Chiefs look better than what they are, bro. When Tyreek Hill left, okay, cool. Name a wide receiver one they had ever since Tyreek Hill left. You can't. You can say Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce has been terrible these past few seasons. Ever since Travis Kelce got with Taylor Swift, he's been terrible. So let's not say Travis Kelce, because he's been BJ. But Patrick Mahomes still good at quarterback. Same thing for Josh Allen. He ain't got a reliable number one ever since Stephon Diggs left. Even in his MVP season, who was his number one? But he still was hooping. He made his team look better than what they are. But Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy's, they need their team to be good for them to be good. It's not confusing what I'm saying. It proved this season and last season, if this mother effer right here don't have a perfect offense, he sucked. It proved it this season. Mac Jones looked better than him this season. And then we're going to talk about how he was injured. He ain't have no wide receiver one. Like he the only quarterback that deal with that junk. A lot of quarterbacks deal with that junk and still perform highly. Come on, bro. You just not good, bro.
2022 to becoming the league's leader in passer rating and earning a $265 million.
This ain't good, bro.
Purdy's gotten a lot.
Your system QB, bro.
Anyone expected to when he was starting at Iowa State. But that's the
You
thing.
finna do nothing with TURDY, bro. You don't get so far with TURDY.
People, including myself at points, are still unconvinced by Purdy. Like even this far into his career, he still can't shake the system quarterback tag that's been placed on him the entire time he's been in San Francisco.
Thank you.
And even according to his peers.
You're a 49ers fan, bro, so you gonna be delusional towards him, bro. Me seeing your hat, bro, prove it. You're a Niners fan, bro, so you gonna think everything he is. It's crazy. He is, bro. It's clear as day. Ain't nobody hating on him, bro. It's just clear as day, bro. He needs a good team for him to be good, bro. It already showed in the past 2 seasons. Stop lying saying, bro, he been immaculate. No, the freak he hasn't, bro. The only time he's been immaculate when he has an immaculate offense and immaculate defense, and that's 2023. Other than that season, he's been straight mid, bro. Like, let's stop it, bro.
So Purdy still is so much more than that.
We ain't.
This misunderstanding that he's just surrounded by weapons and it's just easy to give, screens to Christian and Debo.
You're a 49er, so of course you're not gonna say nothing about him, Cal Juszczyk. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear nothing from you. You're his teammate, so I don't want to hear nothing from you. You know what I'm saying? We ain't hating on him, bro. You know what I'm saying? We ain't hating on him. I promise you that.
By weapons, and it's just easy to give, screens to Christian and Debo and George.
It is.
Continually, you see him push the ball downfield and make big plays.
Make big plays.
Game manager. Honestly, we treated him as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
I mean, look, like we said, with the amount of injuries that the Niners had in 2025, Purdy really wasn't set up for success.
Okay, here we go.
As I mentioned earlier in the video too, he had the likes of Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk as his premier wideouts, but with Deebo Samuel leaving in 2025 in the offseason and Ayuk falling out with the team and not playing a single snap, Purdy's wide receiver room was made up of Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, who missed 8 games, and a 30-year-old Kendrick Bourne. And
okay. Josh Allen's Shakur. You feel me? Who else? Keon Coleman. Who else, y'all? Samuel Jr. You know what I'm saying? Who else did Josh Allen have? Who? Patrick Mahomes. Okay. We can even say Lamar Harden. Lamar Harden. Zay Flowers. You know what I'm saying? Lamar Harden. He has Mark Andrews though, but that's Lamar Harden. Patrick Mahomes. Like I said, Lamar Harden's BJ. Patrick Mahomes, Xavier Worthy, Rice, Juju Smith-Schuster. What else he got? You know what I'm saying? Jackson Dart, Isaiah Hodgins, Darius Slayton, Wandale Robinson. Still performing at a high level. Come on, bro. Please tell me. Come on, bro.
Of course, let's not get it twisted. Christian McCaffrey was still his phenomenal self, and George Kittle was still solid when he was healthy. But there was no true.
We're gonna make excuses for freaking system QBs. Always an excuse for these brother.
But now with Mike Evans, that problem is pretty much completely solved. Like, I mean, when we think about it too, and even look at the stats, few quarterbacks in the league are actually as accurate as Brock Purdy, and this pairing between him and Evans really looks like a match made in heaven. I mean, honestly, if Purdy puts the ball even in just the vicinity of Mike Evans, he's gonna come down with it regardless of where he's on the field. On top of that too, Evans' presence should just get more out of the likes of like Kittle and McCaffrey. I mean, those two are right up there with the very best at what they do and at their positions, and they both have a real shot of reaching Canton alongside Evans one day. So yeah, I mean, when you think about this offense, that's three legitimate, most likely going to be Hall of Famers on this offense. So I mean, truthfully, that just sounds like an absolute just wet dream for a Niners fan. And honestly, it's gonna be in 2026 where they have to come out and prove how good they are just as an offensive unit.
Well, I think it's going to be very similar to maybe some of the impact we saw Devontae Adams have in last year in the LA, Rams offense, because I think when you think of Mike Evans and your ability to throw some of those downfield passes, like you've always said, when
he's not accurate,
anybody's going to give you an op to throw it down the field one-on-one to Mike Evans, you're taking the op.
He's not a downfield thrower. You know what I'm saying? He's not accurate. One thing about Brock Purdy, he's not accurate. He's not a downfield thrower. You feel me? He's not that accurate. He's not that accurate of a QB. Just not. You know what I'm saying? So please stop it. Feel me? They're gonna have Mike Evans, bro, in slants and curls and drag.
We think of Purdy, like Purdy likes to throw that ball up too, and so
he's not accurate at all.
Man, this could really unlock some opportunities.
I mean, just as importantly too, they've got the guy who will get the very best out of each one of these weapons.
I tell people he was the best coach in any sport that I've ever been around because he knew how to motivate players in a way that I think was intrinsically more motivating than any other style. Just because he was able to motivate you to just show you exactly what you needed to do, and that if you just do what he asked, you were going to be in a better position to go overcome whatever weakness that you may have because you have the advantage over your opponent.
Like, as long as Kyle Shanahan is with the 49ers, they're going to always be a serious threat and a contender to make the playoffs and probably even go further into maybe even a Super Bowl. Like, he's one of the league's very best coaches, and he's the offensive mind, which is just that young offensive-minded head coach that everybody wants to get right now. And the crazy part too, when you think about it, is when you think of all the firepower, or lack of it, I should say, from last year and missing his quarterback for 8 games last year, Shanahan still managed to put together the league's 7th best offense in terms of yardage. Like, just imagine how good this offense will be with a weapon like Evans and a fully healthy Brock Purdy. But as big as the splash Evans was on the offensive side of the ball, the team made a move on defense that might be just as important, even if it wasn't as flashy.
The Cowboys traded defensive tackle Osa Odighizuwa to the 49ers for a 2026 third-round draft pick, 92nd overall.
And they're changing their defensive philosophy there, so that doesn't...
I mean, the Cowgirls ain't did nothing this offseason. That's one thing I can say about the ops. You know what I mean? I feel like we had a better offseason than all the ops. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, like, did we or did we not have a top 5 offseason? What did they do? What did the 49ers do? Other than, okay, Mike Evans and... it though, you know what I'm saying? What did the Cowgirls do? What the Cowgirls ain't did nothing. Smeagol's, they got Tyreek Woolen, that's it. But what they do? Ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of the ops did nothing. Commanders, they got freaking old butt from the Chargers, and they got Brandon Ayuk. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, ops ain't did nothing. Falcons ain't did nothing. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, and Tyreek Woolen, he washed. Keep it real, y'all. Tyreek Woolen, bro, he not the same Tyreek Woolen as he was. You know what I mean? Just keep it in the busy.
Since Ozo Digizua, he is perfect for, this kind of scheme.
Marquise Hollywood Brown suck.
Underrated defensive tackles, having recorded 23 quarterback hits last season, more than any other defensive tackle in football. And the Cowboys decided to drop $20 million on him that year for a reason. And the fact that the 49ers have managed to pick him up for a late third rounder looks like honestly a sneaky good piece of business for them. Like really, just think of him and Nick Bosa on the line together, trying to get to the quarterback and getting as many quarterback hits as possible. Like that was a serious problem for this team last year, as they managed just 20 sacks all season, which was the very worst in the entire NFL. Now with Osa and a healthy Bosa, expect that total to be a lot higher next season, and expect that defense to be even better than the middle of the pack unit that they were in 2025, especially with this guy finally coming back.
And I think Greenlaw a lot of times doesn't get the light shine on him as much as he should.
Dre Greenlaw often goes unnoticed, but not by those he plays with and against.
But I think he one of the most dynamic linebackers in the league right now too.
That guy's a tough guy to play against as well.
So yeah, Greenlaw's going to be back with Fred Warner, reforming the linebacker duo that was just arguably the league's best in 2023 at the heart of the third best scoring unit. Even when these guys were on the field at the same time in that 2023 season too, Shanahan's guys went all the way to Super Bowl 58 that year, only to lose in heartbreaking fashion to the Kansas City Chiefs. And now that the band is back together and all the pieces are in place for another shot at the Lombardi, why can't the Niners go do it?
They'll be a scoring machine in San Francisco. They have been one of the better scoring offenses in the NFL since Kyle Shanahan's become their head coach and play caller, and obviously Brock Purdy becoming their starting quarterback. But we're talking about, think of the Rams last year adding Devontae Adams, and really where his impact was felt the most. It was down within that 5-yard line.
That's Matthew Stafford, bro. You know what I mean? You're comparing Matthew Stafford to Brock Purdy. Matthew Stafford, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. Matthew Stafford been doing this. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. Even back in the Lions, he was just getting his head beat in. They never built it around him, but Matthew Stafford been that guy. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, and Matthew Stafford, the Rams most likely would have made it to the Super Bowl if it wasn't for that dumb punt returner. If it wasn't for that dumb punt returner, bro, and for that stupid tight end missing that catch, Rams would have been in the Super Bowl. Matt Stafford would have most likely got 2 rings. The Seahawks ain't win because of the Seahawks. Like I said, Seahawks played a good game, but the Rams beat themselves for sure. You can't tell me like if the punt returner catches that rock, if the tight end catches the ball, Rams win. Simple.
Area, 7 touchdowns within 3 yards or less.
Oh my God! Always talking about what ifs, man. Shut the freak up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop acting like that junk ain't changed the game. Shut up. Like, that's what it happened, bro. You know what I'm saying? Drop the ball, bro. The stupid punt returner dropped the ball. They scored on that possession. The tight end was wide open. He dropped the ball. Ain't no what ifs. It happened. You know what I'm saying? If that wouldn't have happened, they would have won. It's facts. What are you talking about, bro? That's the reason they lost. Literally the reason they lost.
Scoring machine. And all the other things that it opened up for their run game, or Matthew Stafford with their tight ends. That's what Mike Evans is going to be.
As we all know, general manager John Lynch has been one of the best in the business for a while now. And I mean, this offseason is clear that he's got a real shot of bringing a championship back to the Bay Area. Regardless of how strong the Seahawks and Rams are in this division right now,
it's going to be a good division.
Roster is still more.
I ain't gonna lie, that's probably one of the toughest. I feel like the NFC East, bro. You know what I'm saying? And their division, bro, is going to be the toughest division. That's a tough division right there. I ain't gonna lie. Seahawks, the Rams, and the Fort. Golly, but that's a tough division, boy. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a tough division right there. NFC Beast is back, bro. NFC Beast is back. You can't tell me that the NFC not better than freaking AFC right now. I don't care what you say. You can't tell me that the NFC is not better than the AFC. Simple. You know what I mean? Y'all been getting carried by Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady for dang near decades. Tom Brady carries y'all for dang near decades. Like, come on, man. Bro, been in like, how many Super Bowls? Same thing for Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes been carrying the AFC. That's one thing about the AFC folks, man. They swear the AFC is the best, bro. You get carried by like one quarterback every decade. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady carried y'all mother effers, now Pat did the same thing. Other than that, who the freak y'all got? Josh Allen ain't doing ish. Joe Burrow, he made it up, got his head knocked off by Matthew Stafford. Other than, look, for the past years, you know what I mean? What AFC quarterback been doing something? Think about it, y'all. What AFC quarterback been doing something? Been getting their head knocked off. And then when Tom came to the NFC, knocked off Pat Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, bro. I'm just keeping it real. Pat Mahomes and Tom Brady. I'm just keeping it real, y'all.
strong the Seahawks and Rams are in this division right now, this 49ers roster is still more than capable of competing.
Here we go. Here we go. We have better QBs. Here we go. Here we go. Got better QBs, but none of them boys, bro, can make the title. None of them boys can make. If you got such good QBs, why none of y'all can win? You know what I'm saying? You got such QBs. Why none of them? Why Josh Allen's can't beat Bo Nix if he's such a good QB? Drake May, BJ. Oh my God, Drake May got punished. Looked terrible at the Super Bowl. I got a question. If Lamar Harden and Josh Allen and all these kids so great, why they can't make it to the Super Bowl? Joe Burrow made it, but got his head knocked off by Matthew Stafford. You know what I'm saying? So I'm tired of keep naming Lamar Harden and Josh. If you're so great, why you can't make it to the big? Why you can't win the big one? If Josh Allen's so great, such a better QB than Bo Nix, why did he get outplayed by Bo Nix? You know what I'm saying? Why did he lose to Bo Nix if he's such a great quarterback? We all know that bro, I'm telling you, in reality, not reality, but this is how it is. If Bo Nix wouldn't got injured, it would have been the Broncos and it would have been the Seahawks. Being real.
Right now. I mean, again, the biggest question, though, is going to be whether
he was selling, I think. I mean, that's his problem.
Can stay healthy. Injuries have just completely derailed the last 7 years, or several years, I should say, of this Shanahan era in Santa Clara, and the team is desperate to make sure that doesn't happen again this time around. I mean, honestly, on paper, everything is in place for another championship run, and after a year of questionable pass catchers, the team has a Hall of Fame wideout ready to shake up this offense and an underrated quarterback ready to cement his legacy. So yeah, after years of being on the edge of glory, this franchise has finally found that missing piece in Mike Evans, so I think it's safe to say we better watch out for Kyle Shanahan's team next year, as they're already targeting to get to Super Bowl 61 at SoFi Stadium in February. But as always, I gotta know what you guys think. Does Mike Evans make this 49ers team? Does it make them legit contenders? No. I mean, the Niners signed Christian Kirk too today, which
oh my God, that's a terrible signing. Christian Kirk
is the 16th, so they signed him today. So they got Mike Evans, Christian Kirk, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, all these guys. I'm not saying
Hippo. Appreciate the love, Hippo.
A world beater or anything like that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, let's not overrate him, bro. You've been overrating a lot this video. But I ain't gonna lie, this Weiner fan starting to piss me off. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, this Weiner fan starting to piss me off, bro. You're so delusional, bro. You don't make no dang sense. Stop trying to hype up your team to make your team feel better than what they are, bro. You pissing me off. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. I knew you were delusional when you said Brock Purdy has been Brock TURDY. Excuse me. Good God almighty doubt. You know what I mean? I knew you were delusional when you said Brock TURDY has been immaculate. I knew you was delusional right there. You know what I'm saying? I knew it. Right when I seen your hat, I'm like, yeah, let's uplift them. Let's talk like they're just such, oh my God. You know, so much cream of the crop.
Still can, you know, he's got some mileage left on him, so I think they're going to get some, he'll be that gadget guy for Kyle Shanahan. But as always, let me know, what do you think?
And hype up Christian Kirk now?
Elevate them to contenders, or are they just going to collapse like they have been in the past?
Going to collapse.
In the playoffs, falling in the NFC Championship game, or even getting to the Super Bowl and then just collapsing there. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. And as always,
hold on.